Coco Melon, you are such an asshole. I'm not expecting anyone. Goddamn kids. Huh, a mysterious package covered in blood. Oh, what am I waiting for? Let's open it. Oh great, it's just the song I ordered off LimeWire. DJ Rip Britney Spears Oops I Did It Again.exe. With a file name like that, it's gotta be legit, right?
Fool, you have opened a cursed file. Now you must do something horrible for me, or I shall destroy your computer.
What did you have in mind?
You will have to watch a TV show of my choosing. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought you wanted to see my,
What?
It's nothing. What kind of TV show?
In the spirit of Halloween, you will have to watch 2 episodes of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? From Season 2.
That's weirdly specific. But you know what? I must say, that seems like a pretty easy challenge. I mean, Scooby Doo's a classic. It's not like it's going to be terribly outdated and horrible, is it? Looks like I have no choice but to accept. Weird computer virus thing.
Ha ha ha. Then it begins.
We start off this challenge with an episode called Nowhere to Hide. The episode begins at a jewellery store where a ghoul with the jawline of an avocado is stealing a precious necklace. So what you're saying is, as long as no one can scale the walls, the jewels are pretty much safe.
The ghost of Hyde!
Good thinking. Whistling. He's one weakness. Oh, he is out of there. Yeah, whistling. Great idea. After the ghoul tuckers himself out, he decides to pop into the mystery van for a quick wank. You see, this is why I always say lock your car. 1 minute you're going into the store for a malt, next your boot is crawling with creepy homeless men having a wank. So the ghost somehow knew the gang was heading in the direction of his very remote home, and was conveniently uncovered by Scooby at the exact time and location when he needed the van to stop. What? And he is off again!
Did you get a look at his face?
Yeah, he'd make a fortune renting himself out to Halloween parties.
Yeah, what a freak! Let's throw rocks at him.
He went into that spooky-looking old house.
See if we can find a back way into that creepy old place.
Just casually breaking and entering. No warrant needed. Don't need to call the cops, just waltz right in there.
And look where we landed.
Right in the middle of a mad scientist-type laboratory. It must belong to the ghost of Hyde.
Okay, that is a bucket load of assumptions there. That could be anyone's mad science laboratory.
Hey, that's not Hyde.
What are you kids doing here?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be so casual about all of this.
Would you believe we're looking for a ghost?
Like, most certainly not. Like, are you crazy? You come in here, bursting through my ceiling, which, by the way, you're going to pay for, on my good mattress, getting your shoes all over it. If there is someone here, I will call the cops. In fact, I'm gonna need you guys to leave, because right now you're trespassing.
I'm not so sure I'm not the ghost.
What do you mean, Dr. Jekyll?
Like my great-grandfather, the first Dr. Jekyll, I may also be changing into the horrible Mr. Hyde, but this time as his ghost.
Okay, wait, so your great-grandfather turned into Mr. Hyde, and you might be turning into his ghost? To clarify, not the ghost of your great-grandfather, but the ghost of what he transformed into? Makes perfect sense to me. This one time I turned into the ghost of a drunk psychotic coal miner. My great-grandfather had some demons. So the scientist assumes he's turning into the ghost because of an experimental drug he took. He can't remember a thing, but he found the necklace in his pocket and had mud on his shoe. The gang don't buy the evidence and wish to conduct a full investigation. While searching for evidence, Scoob and Shaggy find costumes that allude to the bad guy not actually being a ghost, but being in a costume. The ghost of Hyde's shadow appears, scaring the two, but it turns out it's just the maid.
That's it, it's the maid, case closed.
Meanwhile, the other losers find out that the maid was an acrobat who could climb walls and buildings from a clue that appeared to be half destroyed. Suspicious given that the ghost of Hyde scales buildings to still objects.
That's it, it's the maid, case closed.
The evidence stacks up against the maid when the gang uncover the ghost of Hyde's costume, freshly ironed.
That's it, it's the maid, case.
So the gang violate the maid's privacy by rifling through her belongings in a search she did not consent to.
Let's see what's under the mattress.
Hey, look, a can of phosphorus paint.
Yeah, where do you keep your highly flammable material? Not under your pillow?
And a bottle of knockout drops.
Knockout drops? Next to a bed? Christ, it ain't the ghost of Hyde, it's the ghost of Bill Cosby! Get out of there, gang! It's too late!
Like I think he's going to me.
What I'd like to know is why Hyde was after you, Shag.
Maybe he was like after these suction cups.
So the gang discover Mr. Hyde wanted to, hide suction cups, which they are quite confused about. So they set up a trap to uncover it once and for all. Somehow manufacturing multiple Mr. Hyde costumes in a very short amount of time, they scare him into trapping himself. It is then they uncover the real identity.
Calculations are right. It should be Helga, the housemaid. Dr. Jekyll!
Wait, it was the scientist? What? It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't he just tell the gang to piss off when they broke into his home? Why did he let them investigate? Why did he admit to being the ghost in the first place? What if they just took his word for it and called the cops? And why did he hide the suction cups in a bowl of fruit? Why did he keep dressing up as Hyde? Surely that would increase the risk of being caught. What is this? It doesn't make any sense.
Shame on you, Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, you lying bitch! You ironed his Hyde costume!
You knew all along. You took part in all of this. What is...
I'm at my end! I thought this was supposed to be a classic show and it's terrible! I got fucking show! I'm amped up! I'm seeing red!
I gotta admit, that's some act.
Well, that episode was just awful. But you know what? I'm hopeful the next episode will redeem the show for me. I mean, how much worse could it be?
The episode begins with a mysterious figure ordering two henchmen to obtain a golden mask.
We hear and obey.
Meanwhile, the gang are enjoying a Chinese New Year parade in front of a backdrop of horrifically stereotyped extras.
Yeah. You know, between the bad accents and the stereotyping, I've got a bad feeling about this one.
After Shaggy and Scooby suffer severe brain damage, the gang decides to preserve what little brain cells the pair have left by doing a safer activity. Shopping.
This golden mask.
I think it's groovy. I'll take it.
After leaving, the two masked henchmen interrogate the shopkeeper whose voice actor is desperately trying to do an accent.
It was just purchased by a young girl. Then we will find her.
You sure you don't want more of a description? I could be wrong, but young girl seems like a very broad demographic to me.
Ghosts!
Who are you?
Jesus, they're coming out of her like Doc Ock's tentacles. A Chinese laundry?
Oh yeah, of course. Sometimes I go to a Swedish laundry, and if I'm feeling really adventurous, I go to a Scottish one. It's great. They pre-soak everything in iron brew, takes the stains right out, you know?
So the gang escape and go to another questionably stereotyped character, an art dealer called Mr. Fung. He explains that the mask was stolen many centuries ago from a warlord named Zen Tuo. He is back as a ghost, and the masked dudes are his zombie emissaries. Yeah. Daphne refuses to give up the mask despite the warnings because, by God, she paid $2 for it and she ain't made of money. This leads them to be hunted down by the two masked zombies.
I didn't know zombies could drive cars.
Okay, yeah, I guess we're just being racist towards zombies now.
Two creeps have got her and the mask.
And she was never seen again.
Maybe Scooby can sniff out their trail.
It's like no use. All he can smell is fresh fish.
Now, why wouldn't he be able to smell the difference between Daphne and some dead fish?
Hey, wait a minute. What's this?
So the two hooded henchmen leave a direction for the gang to find them. A piece of paper with the location of their hideout, written backwards.
Nothing down here but a bunch of dragons and statues.
It's a trap.
Now we're all locked in.
And there's no way out.
Yep, that's what locked in here means, Daphne.
Go on, I dare you to cross the line, but I warn you, I know judo, chop suey, and Chinese checkers.
Yeah, and if you really push it, I'll hit you with systemic racism.
Welcome to Shag's and Scooby's haunted Chinese restaurant.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was joking. They're actually using racism as a weapon.
A bibs for the boo boys. Mustn't get dirty, you know. Here, the specialty of the house. Chocolate chop suey and spare ribber a la mode.
I mean, it could be worse. At least they haven't done the buck teeth thing.
If you want anything else, just go.
Oh, they did the thing with the buck teeth. Alright. Shut up. For those who don't know me, I'm Shaggy Rogers. I used to run with a company called Mystery Inc. And I'm here to talk to you today about how to stop bad guys. Some could say I'm an expert. And if you can test that, I will destroy you. How can we stop a bad guy? Let's get interactive. Let's synergize. Option 1. Guns. Bad guy comes up. Pow! Dead. In fact, don't just end with him. Kill his whole family. Stop that bloodline right there. Option 2. Jail. Me, personally, I put a lot of people in jail. In fact, the justice system was like, no more, stop putting people in jail, Mystery Inc. And I was like, cram them in there like caged chickens. I want their faces pressed up against the bars. Option 3. Stopping it at its roots. More funds for public education. Safety nets. Reform how we deal with mental health. Sorry. I know. I like to put a joke option up there. You know? For a bit of a laugh. Obviously, it's not that one. Which one would you pick out of that list is the correct one? If you guessed any one of those, you're wrong. The correct option is actually racism. To clarify, not to end racism, but to perpetrate it. Okay? Throw a little bit of slapstick comedy in there as well. That's how you get rid of bad guys. Alright, I gotta get off this stage. It's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Oh, all these faces looking at me, the lights. It's too much. Remember to buy my vitamins. Go to shaggysmagicvitamins.com. You know what gets me about this? This show wasn't exactly created that long ago. The people who grew up watching this are basically my parents' generation. Like, to be honest, it does bother me how shit Asian representation is. Their characters either need to be villains bathing in a hot tub, masters of kung fu, or embracing the spirit of dragons, or a disgusting prop for comedy, as seen here. Shaggy and Scoob eventually get captured because they ran into a gong and tied up and executed by fireworks. They managed to escape and unwittingly free the others. Honestly, like, do you really care about the ending of this episode? I mean, after all of that, does this really deserve being talked about? Look, basically, they set up a trap, just like always. They capture him using fireworks and a mousetrap, and a model train set that Shaggy had hidden up his asshole. And they somehow deduce that the ghost of Zentor is actually just Mr. Fong, the art dealer. Just from pulling information out of nowhere. There was no monster. None at all. Just racism. I guess the real monster was the racism we met along the way. Well, Cursed Computer, I've done what you requested. Now will you piss off?
Fool, I was lying to you. To restore your PC, you must watch every season of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, you know what, just destroy it.
What?
Yeah, you know what, it's only worth $10. And to be honest, I only really use it to go on Yahoo chat rooms to talk to 18-year-old females from Cali.
Then why did you even watch the episodes in the first place?
Because I'm extremely bored and lonely.
Oh. Well, can you at least pass the USB on to someone who will watch every season of Scooby Doo?
Nah.
Shit.
Well, I'm glad that's over. Now I can go back to listening to Britney Spears.
Fool, you have opened a cursed file. Oh my god, you opened it again, didn't you?
Oops, looks like I did it again.